All right, Shalom. First off, give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yashai, Bashem Karkadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are bearing in truth and sincerity, and the women and the children who follow. So, someone actually sent me this video. I definitely had to do a lesson on it. It's been on my spirit. As you can see, it says, this is the blueprint for the rest of the world. And the word world can be taken many different ways, many different definitions for the word world. I'm going to get this one. This is Strong's G 165. It says eon. All right, it says forever and unbroken age, perpetuity of eternity, the world's universe, a period of time of age. And it's really meaning a period of time in this point. Okay, so this is the blueprint for the rest of this period of time where we're on Earth. Okay, the so-called New World Order, how it's going to be established. And this is really the backbone of the New World Order, how they're really going to bring the masses of the people in. Okay, which is the mark of the beast. So without further ado, we're going to check out this video.
Everywhere she goes, Ouyang Haoyu is followed. What she buys, how she behaves, is tracked and scored to show how responsible and trustworthy she is. It's called the social credit system, and in one version now being tested, a person's reputation is scored on a scale of 350 to 950. And Haoyu, with a good score of 752, is okay with it. In fact, most people are.
It's a mechanism pushes you to become a better citizen.
It's big data meets Big Brother, expanding how the government monitors, understands, and ultimately controls its 1.4 billion citizens. Thanks to advances in artificial intelligence and facial recognition, and a web of more than 200 million surveillance cameras.
Are people bothered by privacy concerns?
We think the lot of camera keep the safety is really good. We can accept it.
Companies are experimenting with the algorithm.
When they say peace and safety, then show sudden destruction come upon you. I had to, stop the video for that, because that's what they're going to use. They're going to use peace and they're going to use safety as a catalyst to take away all your, quote, civil liberties. All right. They're going to try to indoctrinate you that this is good for you, that we're going to be in a more safe environment. People aren't going to be getting kidnapped, and you won't lose your kids. You can always track your children. You can track your dog. You can be more financially responsible with your buying habits. You're going to be a more responsible person, period, because you're always going to have that watchful eye over your back, so you're not going to do anything out of pocket. That's what they're saying.
With the algorithms to help the government create the new national social credit system. The government also has pilot projects. In one, citizens are required to do hours of unpaid work to get benefits. And scores are docked for things like littering, a messy yard, gossip, even jaywalking. Video of offenders is shown on the local news.
That's total control. If they're gonna make you do volunteer work, or if you mess up in one of these things, they're gonna put you on the news for it like you're a criminal. So to save you the embarrassment, society's gonna go along with it. All right, it's total control, and that's what Esau wants. He wants total control. He doesn't want you to go work on somebody's car under the table and get $200 for swapping out a part on their car. He wants you to use his system so that he can track that. All right, so this is the world, not that we live in right now, but the world that we're going to be living in here pretty soon. Like I said, till the end of this age, until the coming of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
news. And information collectors like Zhou Aini are paid to report on their neighbors. Her quota, 10 entries a month. Like
So they have people that are paid to snitch on their neighbors. Their quota is 10 entries a month, so they need at least 10 snitches a month. You know, whether it be good or whether it be bad. Hey, he did this. Hey, he's a good guy. He did that. So that they know how to adjust people's scores. Because they can't have cameras within the apartment complex. Or, you know, maybe on a residential street. But if they got, you know, spies and snitches in the neighborhood, then that's all they really need.
Like the man who carried a drunk person home. A good deed, she says. Good social credit gets rewarded with perks like cheap loans and travel deals. But a bad score means public shame and worse. Huang Huijun lost a court case and didn't pay. Now he's on a government blacklist. I can't buy airplane or train tickets, he says. And the list goes on. Being discredited makes...
So, he went to court. He could have even been for like something simple like a traffic ticket. Say he was speeding, and then he, you know, didn't pay his speeding ticket. Now you can't leave. Now you can't leave the country. Now you can't get on the airplane. Now your benefits are cut off. Now you can't go to the grocery store. Now you can't buy a pair of shoes. Now you can't get a job because you got a low credit score. And now, you know, you're seen as a unsavory character. They've demonized you at this point. So if you don't go along with the program, you're going to be kicked out of society, pretty much. Ostracized from society. Ostracized, should I say. Eradicated is the, you know where I'm at.
Credited makes it hard to get a job or put kids in top schools. The social credit system will go nationwide next year, and few here are willing to...
Going nationwide next year, okay? So, 2022, you know, if everybody thought 2020 was so bad, and 2021 then turned up the fire, you know, Lawrenceville, we don't even make it to 2022. But if the off chance we do, you know, it's going to bring even more pain and more stress and more fire than 2021, which 2021 have already gotten off to a lovely start in the eyes of the men of the Lord. All right, this dollar is accelerating at a historic rate, $1.9 trillion for a stimulus. That's like putting jet fuel in a car, headed to a brick wall with no brakes. Because once this dollar crashes, they got to bring in some system. What system are they going to bring in? They're going to bring in this system. You're going to have a social score.
Are willing to criticize it, something that may pose a risk itself for a bad score and the life that comes with it. Janice Mackey Frere, NBC News, Beijing.
So there you have it. So let's just get a couple of scriptures to back up what we've been saying. So this is Job 20 and 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And this is how they plan on getting to the fullness of that sufficiency. This is how they plan on building that new world order. All right, the backbone, like I said, is going to be based off the mark of the beast, and this is the Chinese way of doing it. Now, it didn't mention, you know, putting the, you know, let me hop to that real quick. It didn't mention, you know, as it says in verse 16, and he calls the all, both small and great, rich and poor, free or bound to receive a mark in the right hand or forehead. All right, it's not. It didn't mention that mark in the right hand or in the forehead, but they're still being tracked. And you better believe that RFID technology is going to definitely come with it. Not just the cameras or whatnot and the facial recognition. Yeah, that's definitely a part of it. But this is the main thing right here. It says that no man might by himself say that he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. And this is what America is accelerating to, as well as the rest of the world, man. Because the New World Order isn't just going to be in America. It's a new world order, which that world is talking about the Oinkermen, okay, the inhabited Earth. The inhabited Earth is going to be in a, quote, new order, okay, under the so-called white man who is putting himself as God, trying to be God, trying to play God. Like you're his child and he is your power. And you're going to have people, as it says in Isaiah 30, talking about the woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that taketh counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Okay, and walk that go down to Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen them, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Are you going to have people that are rebellious, that's going against the words of the Most High, that are going to America for the want of all things, and putting their trust in America, in the shadow of Egypt, in the shadow of Pharaoh, okay, opposed to the strength of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, so it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and in the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion. All right. So as it says in Proverbs, the Lord's going to mock when your fear cometh. All right, because when he put out his hand to you, you know, you matter of fact, let's just get that real quick. At Proverbs 2. One. Yeah. This is Proverbs 1 and 22. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. You know, we kick this knowledge to you. We bring out all these facts, all these things that are easily to be seen, and you act like you can't get it. That's what our people is going through. Okay, it says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And that's what the prophets are here for. We're here week in, week out on the highways, day in, day out on YouTube, putting out videos, putting up lessons, putting up sit-downs, preaching and teaching the word, telling you to repent, telling you that not to trust your enemy, the so-called white man, telling you that America is going to be destroyed in the Third World War, telling you that the mark of the beast is coming, telling you all these things, but you can't get it and don't want to get it. It says, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Okay, the Lord put his hand out to you, offering to save you from this situation before the situation even happens. But you had said at not all my counsel and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So when the so-called white man is ready to put his foot up your behind, it's going to be your fault and not his. His being the Most High. It says, when your fear cometh as a desolation, when your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Are you going to call on the Lord? Oh, God, help me. Heaven, help me. But the Most High ain't going to want to hear it at this point. You had your chance. All right, you had your time to shine. You had your time to come back to the Lord when he had his hand out. You regarded it not. So guess what? When the so-called white man puts his foot up your posterior, you deserve it. All right. So that's really all I had. That's really all I wanted to get. I hope you were educated and got a little bit out of this lesson. So with that being said, we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Kadash, the Barnstead apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners, short, daring in truth and sincerity, and the women and the children who follow. Shalom.